Hey everybody, welcome back to another Jackson Jet Setting Resort review. Today we are checking out the Swan and Dolphin Resort, which is located right on Walt Disney World property, walking distance from Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. I had a chance to stay on site at the Dolphin. Right there was the Swan. This is the Dolphin Resort, and then they also have the brand new Swan Reserve, which is a skyrise located across the street. All three of these are Marriott properties, and you can redeem your Marriott Bonvoy points to stay on property and get tons of extra benefits, which I'll explain in a bit. All three of these properties are considered deluxe resorts by Disney, meaning you get early access to the theme parks as well as late access, which is a new-ish benefit that debuted in 2021 for these properties. So 2 hours extra in the parks at night on select nights each week. So over here is the Swan. Technically, it's a Westin property. And then the Dolphin is a Sheraton, and the Swan Reserve is an autograph collection. So these are left over, the Swan and Dolphin from the SPG Starwood days. I do miss those days a lot. I loved the Starwood program. But the good news is you can still use a lot of points here to stay. You get fifth night free with Marriott Bonvoy program if you have enough points for that. So good way to save on property at Disney World. And all these resorts are integrated, so you can charge back to your room if you're staying at the Dolphin and dining at the Swan or Swan Reserve. Over there to the left was Il Molino. It's a nice Italian restaurant. We're gonna walk down here and check out some more of the restaurants. So to the right here is Kimonos, and that's a nice sushi restaurant, Japanese restaurant. And then Garden Grove, which does feature some character breakfast, I believe, during normal times, though I didn't see during my stay if they were still offering that. But a good little breakfast restaurant. You can also use your Marriott Bonvoy benefits there and redeem for your free continental breakfast. I used it over at Fuel at the Dolphin. It's very convenient, and you got a juice, you got a coffee, I believe, and then a pastry and a yogurt. So not a ton there, but it's something, and it's at Disney World, so you are saving a little bit of money there. Big breakfasts, I think, are kind of a waste at Disney World because you want to get to the parks as early as possible to maximize your time. But the Dolphin does have some pretty massive convention facilities, so there may be a chance that you're watching this video and you're not actually staying for the parks, you're going for a convention. So there's that option there. I stayed at the Swan a while ago, and I did notice that they have done a recent renovation. At least everything seemed really fresh. You had that Westin scent that anyone who's watching this and stayed at a bunch of Westins knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you do kind of get that sense memory when you walk in through the doors here. But the Swan is noticeably smaller, a little less grand than the Dolphin. It doesn't have that massive conventions facility, so it doesn't need to have this grand lobby like the Dolphin does. But love the look of the place, really cool murals on the ceiling, nice fountains of swans over there. And then they do have a little coffee shop called Java right there for all of your needs in the morning. And then here's the check-in area as well as a official Disney gift shop to buy tickets, etc. Now, the last time I stayed at these properties, Disney's bus system was still serving the Swan and Dolphin. That's no longer the case. It's actually Mears, a contractor that does it. The buses come pretty frequently, but I did kind of notice a difference in service when we were coming back from Animal Kingdom. The day that we used the bus service, it did take a little bit of time, so I don't think the buses come quite as frequently. They also don't report the next bus time on the televisions at the bus station like the Disney resorts do, so just keep that in mind. If you kind of want to build into your trip budget Ubers, it might save you a little bit of time at the parks, especially in the early morning when you're trying to get a jump on all the crowds. So now we're going to walk on the shared walkway over here towards the Dolphin, which is obviously a little bit taller. It's that big triangle. They have fish on the building there, and that's not not really a dolphin in the sense of what people think. And I know I heard that a couple times walking around the property. But to the right there is the boat launch. That'll take you to Disney's Hollywood Studios, as well as the Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach Club, and Epcot. Those run really early in the morning all the way through park close, about an hour after park closing. So if you're running to the Boardwalk for dinner and don't want to walk, or if it's rainy, you can take that. So great option there. Or you can, just walk. It's really, really close. Then over to the left is the Swan Lake, and included in your resort fee, unfortunately there is a resort fee here unlike the Disney hotels, you can rent a Swan paddle boat, which is kind of nice. And then the rest of the resort amenities are pretty useless in terms of the resort fee as expected. And keep in mind that if you are redeeming points with Marriott, you still owe that resort fee. A lot of other chains like Hilton or Hyatt will waive resort fees on award stays. Marriott does not. So there are a lot more restaurants over here at the Dolphin. To the right as we enter is Todd English's Blue Zoo. So a nice celebrity chef restaurant, seafood focused. This property actually does its own food and wine festival during the food and wine festival times that Disney has. So that's pretty cool. If you're staying on property, it's probably pretty convenient and probably a little bit cheaper than Disney. Wanted to show you the gym here. Not a gigantic size by any means, but if you are trying to stay in shape and not walking around the parks all day, that is an option. So riding up the escalators here, we're going to get to the main convention floor as well as the main lobby. You'll notice how much bigger the Dolphin feels than the Swan. So I think that's why a lot of people prefer the Swan. It's a little bit quieter feel. It's a Westin. This is a Sheraton. I did notice like the toiletries were the same as Sheraton. So if you're a loyal Marriott guest, you will notice some similarities here. There's also the Mandara Spa over to the right. So if that's important to you, staying at the Dolphin might make sense. It's a little easier walk. But yeah, lots and lots of space here to spread out. There are 3 big elevator banks over here at the Dolphin. West, Central, and East. I stayed in the West Bank elevators. But there's a nice lobby bar here to grab a drink at late night. This is open a lot later, I feel, than other restaurants on property. And then over to the left there is Fuel, where you'll pick up breakfast, lunch. It's, I think, open 24/7, so you can grab, pre-made cocktails for the room. Super convenient. I love it when hotels have this. Pretty much every convention hotel I stay at has this. And then here's the entryway coming in from the valet. Cool indoor palms, has that nice Florida feel. Really good sense of place here for the Dolphin. One complaint I feel from Disney fans that it isn't super themed like some of the Disney hotels, and that's definitely true. That might be a benefit for some of you watching this video. So now we're gonna walk down the halls here and check out my room. So I am titanium with Marriott, and I did put in my suite upgrade requests using my Suite Night Awards. Did not come through. It was spring break time at Disney, so I'm not surprised. But overall, compared to my last stay at Dolphin, which was a number of years ago, the rooms have definitely been refreshed. I did love the look of the rooms. I felt like the beds were very comfortable, especially compared to the bed over at the Yacht and Beach Club, which is where I stayed the night previous. Just a lot more comfortable, and that's indicative of being a Marriott property. No complaints from me there. So nice king bed here, nice sort of light and airy feel. You have the fully connected television with all the Netflix streaming, etc. That's becoming more commonplace and pretty much standard across the board in the hotel industry. Nice desk for working in case you need to do that. Again, conventions hotels, so that's always very helpful. Then we arrived at night, but I will show you in the daytime what our view looked like, which was nothing special. We were heading to the parks, so nothing really all that important to us, really. But we did have a nice tower terror view over there beyond the roof that we were pretty much level with. So that was the room. So now we're back on the ground floor as we walked in. We're going to walk past the soda fountain over here and check out more of the property as well as the giant pool complex, and then finish up with the Swan Reserve. I definitely felt like this floor was super weird. So you have the soda fountain over there, which makes sense. It's right there at the escalators. But then there's this like hidden restaurant called like Peekaboo. So indicative name for sure. And it looked like a sort of cafeteria style restaurant. I assume that people find it, but it seems kind of hard to me to find if you were not specifically looking for it. But it's located on the way out to the pool, so maybe people find it that way. Over to the right here will be the arcade. Seem pretty similar to all the Disney arcades, but I did see some IP from machines that you probably won't see at a Disney arcade like Jurassic Park. So again, a little bit of a hint that these hotels are not managed by Disney. And then walking out further, we see the laundry room and then the kids club and the gym. So that's all conveniently located right here. So I think that the pool complex is one of the best on Disney property, even including all the Disney resorts. You know, there's some like the Stormalong Bay Yacht and Beach Club that are clearly better and better themed, but for the price that you're paying at the Swan and Dolphin, great pool. Over to the right here, you have ping pong, giant chess, you have a pool table outdoors, that's super fun. Plenty of seating around this pool, which is sort of a normal pool, it's near the pool bar. But then as you walk along, you'll see the grotto pool, which has waterfalls that weren't working this visit, so I don't know if they were under maintenance or they've just turned them off, but there is a water slide for the kids and a big sprawling pool that you can kind of float, have drinks in, etc. I will say that the Disney pools won't let you have any drinks in the pool with you. I saw some people having that with the Swan and Dolphin, so I imagine that it's a little bit more lax with the maintenance there. So if you're in Florida and you're missing the beach, you do have a white sand beach here with volleyball and chairs to sit at. You're not going to want to go swimming in the lake because there are gators that can pop in there from time to time. Plus, it's not really all that appealing. So really just more for lounging and if the pool chairs are a little packed the day of your visit. But plenty to do here over at the pool. And then this is all sort of centrally located now to all three of the resorts in this complex. If you're staying over at the Swan Reserve, which we're going to walk you over to now, it's across the street, so a little less convenient. This hotel was clearly built with sort of conventions in mind, or it doesn't really feel like anything that would be on Disney property. It's very, very nice, but nothing that makes you feel, oh, I'm, at the Swan and Dolphin. It could be an autograph collection hotel in any major city. So one weird thing I would say is that this hotel does have a top floor space that isn't a restaurant. It's actually a private event space. And I feel like they would have good views of fireworks, etc. And they could be optimizing that space a little bit better. But here's the lower valet desk. The check-in desks are up the escalator here. So this hotel opened less than 6 months ago, so everything feels super fresh and super new. There is one restaurant as well as a coffee bar and then a small pool over on the other side that I'll show you. So nothing really much going on at this property. I will say that if you are looking for suite upgrades, there's a lot more suites here. So if that's really important to you on your trip, maybe take a look at the Swan Reserve property. Again, an autograph collection, still part of the Marriott program, still can use all your points, but you will have to walk. It does have its own shuttle stop for the parks, so you don't have to necessarily walk over to the Swan and Dolphin to catch those, but you do have to sort of share a bus. When we were coming back from the parks, we stopped at every hotel on the way back to the Dolphin. So just something to keep in mind here. So overall, I'll finish off by walking through the rest of the Swan Reserve here, but thanks again for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Please check out my channel more. I appreciate all of your views, and we'll see you on the next resort tour.